How's it going, guys? This is Josue back again. Actually, it's Josue. I've been getting into. Oh, I thought I heard my phone vibrate. But anyways, I've been getting into the habit of saying my name correctly. At first when I came into the States, everyone called me Josu because my name looks like Josu, but there's an accent on the E. It's totally random here, not even part of the video. And then I started going by JJ, and then I started going by Josue, but the actual pronunciation of it is Josue. Josue, it's French. Josue Joseph. Josue Joseph. I'm not gonna tell you my middle name, but maybe if you get close to me, I'll let you know. But yeah. So this video is about my experience with alcohol and cannabis. Now, I'm doing my best to not call cannabis weed as much as I can. Not that weeds are bad, but the word weed has a negative connotation to it. We think of weeds as something that's like in the wrong place and not meant to be there, or we think of them as bad. But a lot of the weeds, like dandelions, red clovers, I'm not sure if those are actually considered weeds. There are other weeds. I don't have the name of them right now. I'm not an expert in that field. But there are a lot of edible weeds. There are a lot of things that we get rid of that are really, really good for us. Like nature has a lot of medicine. There's so much medicine in nature. So calling it cannabis and calling it is medicine. It is medicine, and you have to use it appropriately. And now, so my experience with both, I still do drink, but not often at all. Mainly I drink at if I'm out, if it's someone's birthday or something like that, I might drink a little bit. But I no longer drink to get drunk. I used to drink to get drunk before. I almost became an alcoholic. At one point, at any time, I would have like either a bottle of wine with me or like a case of beer with me. I would go find people I could drink with, and that was me. That was my life. I want to say I loved drinking because maybe at that time I loved drinking, but drinking definitely didn't love me. My experience between the two is like I definitely prefer cannabis over alcohol. And honestly, alcohol, my body doesn't like it. My body does not like it at all. I can't handle a lot of alcohol. I've already had kidney stones as well, so it's not a good thing for me to consume a lot of it anyway. So no, thank you. But yeah, I've had times where like in the past where I got like so drunk that I yelled at my family. It's brought out a lot of anger in me. Alcohol brings out anger in me sometimes, and then especially tequila. Tequila is not my friend. I did black out one night with alcohol. I've never blacked out with weed, but I blacked out with alcohol. Like I literally just like forgot what happened in one night, But it only happened once. Some people do this kind of stuff every weekend. I don't know how they do it, but I would not want to black out. Like I like to remember, things that are happening. There was one time I got so drunk that it was New Year's too. I was puking on the stairs. It was New Year's and I was on the stairs puking, and I said to myself that day that I would never drink again. But I didn't stop drinking like that for a couple years down the road. See, that's the thing about alcohol. Like it's legit like so bad for you, but then for some reason it's hard to give it up. Like you'll get so sick. You'll be complaining the next day. You'll be like, oh my God, I got a hangover. I gotta do a Bloody Mary, blah blah blah, whatever you gotta do. If you got a hangover, let's see what's a good cure for a hangover. Cannabis is good for a hangover. At least I think so. At least just choose cannabis instead of alcohol. But yeah, that was like literally you get so much pain and you complain. You're like, oh my God, I'll never do this again. And then it's a whole thing. You and your coworkers come in. Yeah, last night, I had so much to drink, or like, oh, I called off and stuff like that. And like that's not fun, And I can't really see any benefits to alcohol. Like you think, oh, alcohol is gonna like get you loose, take away your stress and anxiety for a little bit, or just like get you more open. I think alcohol kind of just like, for me, I prefer dealing with people that are high than dealing with people that are drunk. Especially when I was doing Lyft, I had a drunk person in the back of my car, and I was scared not for my life, but I was scared that he was going to puke in the car. And I've been in that situation. I've been in that situation where like, you start breathing like really deep. You're like, you're just trying to breathe because you just feel so bad and you just don't want to puke. And like he had his head out the window. It's not a good state to be in. Like I've just been in so many states with alcohol that I just felt like total crap. And there are no benefits to it. There are no benefits. Like I don't really see the benefits of alcohol. Like I think the only reason why I drank alcohol for so long, is because it is legal, and cannabis wasn't for the longest time. And cannabis also had a negative connotation to it, so I thought it was bad for the longest time. I never tried it till later, but I definitely, I think if you're little You know, they do say to wait till you're a little bit older before you start using cannabis. Of course, CBD, I think anybody can use that. But yeah, the benefits of alcohol just aren't there for me. I don't like waking up the next day feeling like crap. Cannabis, if I smoke cannabis before I go to bed, or if I vape or anything like that, usually the next day I feel really good. Actually, usually all the time. Like I'll feel like really good, really rested. It can help me sleep sometimes. It can help me to just like calm down. Sometimes I get really caught up in the world, and then I'll because thing too with cannabis, I like to take breaks. I like to take breaks and not smoke it for a little bit, and then sometimes you just smoke a little bit. I'm not a heavy smoker. I couldn't be. Like I don't need a lot. But I love what cannabis has done for me. Like if I can speak about cannabis, like speaking about cannabis and alcohol, it's like two totally different things, right? So one beautiful moment with cannabis, I was in nature sitting on a rock, smoking with my friend Jerry, and then all of a sudden, you know what? I just started hearing the music coming from the woods. I was like, yo, nature is singing to us right now, man. Also another time when I was high and I put my headphones on, I was listening to some music, and all of a sudden I just had my own little dance party. And that's not something I typically do. And I do also to attribute some of these benefits to the vegan lifestyle as well, because ever since going vegan, my energy has been through the roof. Like I've been dancing and singing more. I'm just like sometimes I just like, I mean, I've kind of always had that kind of energy, but not as much as I have it now. Now it's like, it's intense. It's intense. I can go for days. But yeah, I had my own little dance party. I was like, yo, this is amazing. Also too, there were times where like I would smoke cannabis and I would be able to recall and do things that I didn't think I knew how to do. I'm a very visual person, and there's many times where like, I've seen a lot in my life, and there's times when I smoke cannabis. I don't know if it's because of the visuals, or maybe it's like maybe I've trained in a past life. If you believe in the past life type of things, I do believe in past lives. But like I've smoked and did like some amazing yoga. I've smoked and did some amazing martial arts. Like I was just doing different types of martial arts, and then my friend was like, "Oh, that's this type, that's this type." I'm like, "Huh?" Like I don't know what that is. I'm just doing it. Like my body's just telling me to do this right now. So yeah, cannabis has helped me discover a little bit more about myself, and like also too, there are times, the highs aren't always great. And there are people that will stop using psychedelics because they have a bad high. I don't really believe in bad highs unless you're using something that's like been grown in the wrong way, laced with something, so be sure that you know where you're getting your stuff from. You gotta be, no matter what you're doing, be sure, try your best to know where your stuff is coming from, But I don't believe in bad highs. I don't believe in bad highs because even some of the highs that I've had, some of them were not so pleasant, but they taught me a lot. They taught me a lot. I've got some highs that got me very paranoid, but when I thought about it, it gave me the opportunity to see that these thoughts were all coming, and it was up to me to decide how I was gonna react to these thoughts. Was I gonna just let these thoughts overcome me and just like crowd my mind and then just cause me pain? That's one beautiful thing too. I remember cannabis did for me at one point. It would just like really show me how painful negative thoughts can be to the body. Because I think at this day and age, many of us don't even realize how much pain we are feeling in our body. Thank you for yoga. I love yoga. Yoga's been helping me a lot to get rid of a lot of pain. And I'm so much more flexible now than I've ever been in my life. Almost put my feet behind my head. Not yet. I mean, I haven't really stretched today, but literally, like, so much more flexible. But yeah, where was I? Well, yeah, like it's been so beneficial for me, honestly, and I definitely wanna encourage people to do more research and to not believe the negative connotations of it and trying out for yourself. Like I said, the bad highs for me, they taught me so much. I'll give you one example. So I would smoke, and then for me, like sometimes I get paranoid. Of course, I have anxiety, dealing with anxiety. It's hard not to deal with anxiety in this world. A lot of us went through rough childhood, and a lot of us haven't really done the shadow work. I've been doing a lot of shadow work, and the cannabis does help me do the shadow work. Sometimes I'll smoke and I'll just literally get all these thoughts, and then it's overwhelming. And like I said, it showed me really how painful negative thoughts can be. How painful thoughts can be, because thoughts literally can kill you. People are stressing out all the time because of their own thoughts. They're letting their mind control their reality. You know, the mind is a beautiful tool, but it's a beautiful servant, but it's a bad master if you're letting your mind run the thing. Your subconscious mind is going to take care of a lot, and that's good. But if you tax your mind extra with anxiety, with worrying and stuff like that, you know, that's why meditation is so important. Breathing is so important. But if you're taxing your mind, if you're giving your mind even more to do after all of that, and you're not trusting in the universe, which means you're not trusting in yourself, then you're going to be very tired. You're going to be very tired, and you're going to want to eat more than you need to eat. You're going to want to be stimulated. You're going to want to be distracted. You're going to have no energy, you know. So it's very important. So what the cannabis did for me was, I would smoke, and then I would see these thoughts, and they would come. And it's kind of the easier way is kind of like, not the easier way, but to just let the thoughts come, and then it just like it was very painful. So essentially, when I had like a negative thought, I would actually feel where in my body the pain what was happening with the pain. Like for instance, now that I'm more connected with my body, when I get very angry, I feel it, and I don't like the way it feels. I feel like maybe some people like how it feels when they're angry, but I don't like it. It's like, especially if you have it for too long, anger, resentment, if you hold these emotions for too long, not saying that to never express them, you're gonna feel them, but you don't have to stay there, you know. But yeah, like it's good to know how powerful your thoughts are. So yeah, I would smoke, the crazy thoughts would come, paranoia, but then you know what, these paranoid thoughts were just like my thoughts like that were just like laying in the subconscious, really just all coming up, and then I had to face those thoughts. I'm like, whoa, you know, these thoughts were like a lot of thoughts. There were a lot of them were based on fear, of course. A lot of them were assumptions. A lot of them weren't even real, but these thoughts were in my mind, and while I was high, they're all coming, and it's just so painful. I'm so painful in my body that I kind of almost start freaking out. But you know what I do? One of the things I like to do, yoga. If I'm feeling that way, if I'm getting all these thoughts, I do some yoga, I stretch it out, I feel amazing. Dancing is another one. I dance. You can dance it out. You can be like, okay, I do have these paranoid thoughts. I'm a little anxious right now. Let me dance it out. Singing is a good one. One time I was in that pain. Those thoughts were coming. I was like, yo. So I put on a Moana song. I love that movie, and I just sung the song, and you know, it brought me to tears, and I felt good. Like legit. Like you have power. Like you can't control everything in the world, but you can control how you react to it. And you know, so those are some of the things that cannabis has really taught me, and I'm really grateful for it. And I hope that, you know, they don't, now that it's legalized, like they don't mess with it. You know, like they don't genetically modify. They don't do all these things. Like we need to keep things as natural as possible. We need to keep ourselves as natural as possible. We need to remember that we are from nature. We will go back into nature. Nature is important, and nature has tools for us. Other psychedelics have helped me out as well. I haven't done many mushrooms, but I've done it twice, and I didn't get like a big visual, and I didn't take a lot, but it was beautiful what it did. Ayahuasca is one of my favorites, and also hape is another one of my favorites. But of course, do your research before you try any of these things, and be careful, and make sure that you know the person, you know the source, and all that good stuff with you getting into this stuff. So, and do your research. But all in all, when it comes to the plant medicines, it's very important to have respect. It's very important to respect the plant. The plants have so much to teach you, but you have to do it with respect. If you abuse them, you will pay for it. So that's my video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't really mess with alcohol. I don't see the point, and just like that, Afro Man did a remix to his song because I got high with the benefit, with the positive version. And he mentioned actually, you know, when he started smoking, the more he smoked, the less he drank. And drinking is just, for me, it's not necessary. But if you drink, that's all you. I just say limited. For me, it just brought out anger, and it hasn't really benefited me in any way. So that's my video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button below. Subscribe for more videos like this one if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.